Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Anno 1800. I hope you enjoyed our last episode where we brought everything up to speed and got things back underway. We are back in the old world and we're stood here outside of Mr. Clarence Hall, High Clarence Hall, sorry, Sir Archibald Blake's residence, where we're going to set up our first trade route to actually bring us in quite a bit of money. Now, I did look for some advice, and I've found that this trade route is a very good one to get when you've got a bit of money behind you, just to really boost the amount of money we've got. So if we have a look here at the frigate here, we're going to trade with Sir Archibald Blake, and Archibald sells pocket watches. We're going to take 150 of those. They're going to cost us 1.2 million, and we have 4.64 million. Now, we're going to send Deception here, this new frigate that we've got. They're going to pick up stuff there, then they're going to head over to Enbesa in the New World. And once this all loads in, you can see if we go over to here and we head over to Emperor Ketema, he will buy pocket watches at 13,000 a pop. Meaning, if we sold him pocket watches, we'd get about 5k profit on each pocket watch that we sell to him. So that's free money. And this is going to bring us in a nice little bit of cash. We're going to create our brand new route here. It's going to be a trade route. It is going to go from Sir Archibald Blake. We are going to load goods from him. We are going to load... Where is it? I don't see it. Right, okay, interesting. So, it's not letting me load that for some reason. Is it because I've set the wrong route? Hang on, let's go back. Let's create a new route. A trade route again, yes. We want to go to here first. And we want to load up. Okay, so I can't load those goods up for some reason. It might well be because I've not yet unlocked the ability to get watches at all. So this might be something that we need to do manually. So if we load up goods here again, you can see we don't have any of those things that we can sell. Right, that's a bit of a shame. So we're going to cancel that. We're going to go back to here. Then we are going to go here. We're going to trade the goods. Yes, I assume it's because we haven't yet got pocket watches that we can't actually load those in. And that might mean we have to just continue pushing stuff. So we're going to buy 50 of them anyway. We're going to load them onto the ship. We're going to send this ship off to another region, to Enbesa, and then to Tabarime. They'll head off, and that gets us underway there. Now, let's head back over now. Oh, actually, no, we're going to stay in the old world for a moment, because down here I have a little island just on the edge of Goldfurt here, it's called. And what we want to do with Goldfurt is we're going to turn that into a bit of a staging post. And to do that, I'm going to need to expand the docklands area here. So we're going to put in a little bit of depot space so that we can get some more goods here. And this just needs to be really tightly packed, so we're going to put in a random selection of depots that will hopefully have plenty of space in them to boost all of this stuff that's happening here. I think we can probably fit in a few more. We'll just go all the way up, because what we want to do is we want to make sure that plenty of goods can be stored here. And we're going to increase the capacity of storage on this island, which isn't actually used for anything else outside of producing a little bit of schnapps and some other items. So if we can fill that all the way up, that'll be really good. So let's get that in there. We've got what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 depots that we can put in there. I'm gonna cap it at 10 actually. Let's just delete some of these, and then we'll put in some more here just to finish it all off. I'm going to grab these two and just move them along so that they're right there, backing up against the rest of the island. Can we fit these in here? Actually, let's just demolish that one. See if I can copy these two, put in the other two there. Nope, that doesn't work. I guess we go to here then. Unless we can move them, put them on an angle like that, then copy and up we go with that one. And then, so we've got 3 there, and then we've got 1 2 3 4 5, that's 8. We put in 1 here, and a final one just there, not really. Ah, damn. I don't want it to look like a mess. That's the issue that I'm having. let's put in the final 2 here then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like we might need to put this one back on the edge there. That's 10. So let's move this one to here. Can I fit another one in? No, it's not going to fit. That's okay, though. We've got our 10 in, and each one of those requires 10 units of bricks and 10 units of wood, so we need 100 of each. And I think we should have a clipper somewhere. We don't have a clipper, but if we head back over to here, we can buy this clipper here. Rather than spending the time producing one, we'll send that clipper over to our main area, which already has plenty of wood and food and stuff ready to go. Ditch water is looking really nice. We've got nice profits coming in here. Ditch water currently has 3,500 it's making, and looking really, really strong. While we wait for that clipper to arrive, let's just speed things up, and we can do a quick round robin of all of our other places. Over in Tarik, we're positive 2,000. Over in Magwitch, 1,000. Down here in Western, it's 1,000 as well. Over in La Marine, it's just under 1,000. And here, Mousemere, 600. So not a great deal there. Goldfur is making a very, very small amount of profit, but they are able to produce some lumber. We've also got hides and fur there, sorry. We do need to get some red pepper plantations going so that we can start making canned goods, but we're not going to do that just yet. So our clipper should have arrived now. Excellent, it has. We are then going to load in 100 units of bricks and 100 units of wood. In fact, we should have wood there. So let's just take the bricks. So we've got an overabundance of bricks there. We're going to send the clipper down south to Goldfurt, who do have 75 units of timber. Once that's done, we can boost the amount of stuff we can hold in here. And that'll help us out immensely because we will be able to load up a load of goods for trade here. Get that done, get the trading put in place, and then we have this nice little staging post for shipping goods to and from the New World to help out the settlements there. We get a rum trade going and lots of other stuff happening here in this settlement. Now, obviously, the amount of space that we've got here is a little bit worrying. So, like, if we want to fit in something like, where is it? In the Artisan tab, I think it is, Medium Harbour, we can put in another pier, which gives us a little bit of additional space. And we can put that there, which is good. That gives us a little bit more of a free space for the harbour to expand it a little bit. And I think we should be able to fit in one somewhere else, if possible. But we may need to juggle around the storage we've got. The only issue is that there's only a very small amount of space here for that. So it makes things a little bit difficult. But we can fit an extra one in there. It might well be that we do demolish. I mean, do we actually need all of them? Because with 6... I've got 6 in each town here. It actually gives us 550 units of space in the depot. So we could just get away with having 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 6 there. So 550, that should be enough. And that'll then allow us to get in a few more piers to have some extra loading and unloading going on. That would be useful because the more loading and unloading we can do here, the better it's going to be. Anyway, that clipper has now arrived, so they're going to trade off their goods and we're going to build all of the stuff that we've got here. And that is just going to help us start storing stuff up very, very quickly. So here we'll start by upgrading and building those. That gets all of them in place, which is fantastic. And we can drop off the remaining goods. Then this clipper is just going to stay here for now in a decent staging post to move off into the New World, which is great. So all of these areas now will start getting storage capacity filling up there, which means we can ship goods very close to the New World. And we're going to head off to the New World and get caught up with some stuff that's going on here. You'll have to excuse the way that the map loads in sometimes. It's a little bit awkward. Right, over in La Isla, we do have some things to do in our quest book. So where we left off last, we do have to put in a couple of things. We've got to do an expedition called the Contract. We also need to upgrade an Obrera residence. We do have some Obreras ready for upgrade, so we can do that. But first of all, we'll get this done. Now, they want a photograph of a clipper. I think I must have a clipper somewhere. There's one here on a trade route, so we're going to quickly take a photo with it. There we go. Got it. Nice and quick. Photograph of a clipper, which we can then submit to the resident. There you go, mate. All done. And that completes that. Right, back over to La Isla. We can now slow things down a little bit. And we will upgrade. Oh, we can't actually upgrade an Obrero residence because they need something. They need sewing machines. We have unlocked the pastry cook, which is good. That affects the fried plantain kitchen, which is a nice little bonus to have. And we do need to upgrade the Obrero residence. And for that, we need sewing machines. So we'll go back over to here. We do have a building under attack, actually. Let's go over there a second. Are they okay there? Yes, I think they're okay. It's this pirate here who's not too happy with us. We can get here. Ooh, okay. A destruction quest. So Willie would like us to do a destruction quest here. We'll take that. Where are our ships? Now, I currently have a frigate out here and a mosquito as well, which is another frigate. They are currently escorting, so we're going to head over to here and destroy this quest marker there. Then heading back over to La Isla, where they want sewing machines, we need to go to the New World, the Old World. And in the Old World, where we are currently producing sewing machines, we are going to need to start thinking about moving stuff further south. Looking over here with steel beams, we've got loads. We're topped out there, and our sewing machines are at 499, so they're getting quite a few of those in as well. Now, what we want to do is we want to try and produce some sewing machines on a different island. Because here we have Ditchwater, which has plenty of stuff going on. They are stocked up on sewing machines, and another island could do with just producing them to bulk things out a little bit. Now, I'm going to use Mousemere here. Mousemere does have some iron, and it does have some coal. There's a little iron deposit here, so I'm going to build an iron mine, and they are going to start producing iron for us. We're going to have it come out to here. We'll also put in another warehouse right there. Get that built. Then for our sewing machines, we actually need to produce, let's have a look. We do need a furnace, and we also need a sewing machine factory. So let's build our furnace here. And then build our sewing machine factory at the back somewhere if we can fit it in. Oh, that can go there, that's fine. Now they need steel. We don't have any steel here. So we're going to have to hop into the clipper. Again, we're going to head back up to our main island, and we're going to grab that so that we can produce the steel. Now, we also need coal. Let's have a look at where there's a coal deposit right there as well, which is great. So we can put a coal mine in there. And it looks like we actually have enough people in residence to actually just get this up and running. There we go. Right, great. So our sewing machine production will start now. We've got plenty of workers, so that doesn't change anything. We've got the coal mine up and running. We've got some missing goods here at the furnace, but they'll get coal soon enough. And then the sewing machine factory, once that's built, that'll kick off some sewing machine production. But our clipper is, first things first, going to grab some sewing machines anyway. And then we can start shifting them down to Goldfurt, where most of that production is going to happen. Now, because I'm relatively safe here, I'm going to pick up a little schooner, and that schooner is going to be part of the run that takes sewing machines down to Goldfurt. So it'll essentially run a regular route from Mousemere, where it'll pick up some sewing machines all the way down. We've got another ship that's under attack here. I think they're safe. They've done it. We need to get the proof of destruction to him. We'll go pick that up. And then we will head down to Willie, where hopefully these ships will be safe. Very safe, I would hope. That's them picking up the proof of destruction. We'll head down over to here. We have another ship under attack here. It is the Clipper. I mean, hopefully that won't interfere with him too much. I just need him to get to where he needs to be. Quite a few pirates on him now. So it could well be that we need to get these clippers, this fleet here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have him throw that overboard. Then you, my friend, are going to pick it up. You're going to carry on down to Willie to drop that off. And then this one here is going to head over. Oh my god. There are a lot of ships there. He just needs to make it over to my island, I think. So let's get him into the protection of the island there. And we'll see if we can actually quickly build gun. We've got some mounted guns here that we can put in place. Do we have a cannon, though? I'm sure there's a cannon. Cannon tower has a bit of a wider range, so I'm going to put the cannon tower in. We'll put 2 of those on that side there. Once it gets within range, I don't think it's going to make it though. That is a big bust for us, actually. That is bad. Right, so the clipper that we have bought is going to have to go. I knew that would happen. The pirate has just kind of waited for us there. Jean Lafortune. That is a big shame. We've got a clipper here called the June Flower, which we will just buy again as soon as it's available. There we go. And then this clipper is going to go off to the New World. So we'll send that over to... Actually, no, we can immediately assign it to the trade route, can't we? So let's do that. Trade routes, we are going to go this one. We're going to remove Samson from it. And we are going to put in... I think it was the June Flower. Yes, the June Flower, that's the one. Accept that. And it will head off immediately to the New World where it will start its route. And then over here, we can just pick up what's left of that once our ship arrives there. Quite a substantial pirate frigate there now. Little fleet he's got. We've also just finished that ship construction. Where was our ship destroyed? We will allow people to start settling on islands. I don't know where the cargo's gone. I kind of need to pick up the cargo because it was good cargo. It's part of my trade route. So we need to get it back, ideally. There it is. So let's head over there, pick that up. Wasn't much. There really wasn't much. That's a shame. That's a big loss, really. We can get over here anyway and we can trade this in. That's a big shame. Again, it was simply because we left ourselves exposed, which means our trade routes really suffer there. That could actually bring some of our citizens into a little bit of unhappiness. I mean, thankfully, this one's going to make it where it needs to be, and Willie will be happy with that. Then, looking back over on La Isla, they still need sewing machines there, and it's likely that my upgrade is going to happen here. So they don't currently have bombings. We need to get a little bit of an increased population here to get them able to produce and take on those bombings. So we're going to put in another little row of houses at the top here. I'm going to put another row there. We're just going to let this continue all the way along to complete the little loop. Like that. Then I'm just going to delete this bit of road here. It doesn't really need to be there anymore. And we'll link up a road across the top. And when these guys are ready for an upgrade, we can put that in place. Good. Right. Okay. So over here, we have now got the Covenant that's arrived. That's now up to speed where it needs to be. And then we are going to have... Yeah, we'll leave our frigate where it is for now. What we could do with is going off and taking out some of Jean Lafortune's ships, because he has a decent size in terms of the ships that he's got going around. If I go to my diplomacy, is it possible for us to try and... Well, the flattering worked, and then the gift worked. So we could maybe get him back on side. That might be the best thing for us, really. I don't know how I ended up declaring war on him. I think it might have been a misclick or something. But let's have a quick look over in Enbesa and see if our ship has arrived. It is almost there with the pocket watches that it has. So the aim of today's episode was actually to start kind of pushing towards that aluminium production. We can't do that right now, which is a shame. But we do have this clipper down here. And that clipper was actually picking up some sewing machines. That's what it was doing. So we're going to grab a load of sewing machines for now. And we're going to go and we're going to drop these off from here. Ah, wait, no, it wasn't picking up sewing machines, was it? Let's just drop these back off. It was picking up steel. So you can come back here. This little clipper here. Yes, I'm ready to hand in that quest, Willie. There you go. Done. Then we will have this lot. We're going to pick up the steel there. And we'll head back down to La Marine. Was it La Marine? No, it wasn't. It is Mousemoor. So we're heading back to Mousemoor, which now has probably started producing its own sort of steel. Yeah, good. It is producing steel. There's iron, there's coal. Stuff's coming in quite nicely. And that means we can start churning out sewing machines, which is exactly what we wanted to do. Then we can set up a trade route. Just a small trade route here that takes stuff from Mousemere here to Goldford. And they are going to load up sewing machines like that and then unload them there. They're only going to take like 10 at a time. And we are going to have Buckthorn do it, accept that, and close that down for now. And then we have ships under attack yet again. And that is my flagship, which is not good. Did we lose a ship? Did our little flagship actually get to where it needed to be? This is difficult, this. Right, our flagship is kind of safe. I think it actually destroyed a couple of pirates before anything happened. But we do need to get that back. We're going to need to somehow repair it up. It does get quite a bit of gold there, which we can drop off in La Isla. Right, where else? We've got a frigate there. We've got the Snapping Turtle, which is a frigate over there. And Mosquito 2, which has just finished what it was doing with Willy, where we're going to now trade in these things. And then over here, we have the frigate ready as well. So we're going to send all of our ships here back up to La Isla. We're going to have a look at where the frigate here is. That's fine, which is great. And our current routes, we have a frigate that should just be coming in now. Juneflower has just arrived, so we are now going to allow this frigate here to start escorting this ship. And it looks like... that's just her. That's fine. We've got another frigate here. We're going to have this frigate escort as well. And then our 2 remaining ships should come back to La Isla and sort all of that out. Great. Okay, so it's been a bit of a bitty one today, but we are starting to make some progress. We should now be at a point where our ship should have arrived here, so we can drop off the steel. And we can now get the sewing machine factory built, which means we can start shipping sewing machines off. The other thing I actually want to do on this route is... we've got sewing machines there. Do they have workers' clothes? They will be producing workers' clothes, but how many do they have here? Let's just have a look. Not a great deal of work clothes. So what we need to do is we need to try and boost the production of those work clothes here. Now, I don't think there's any reason for the shortage of work clothes. We've got plenty of people living here. But if we go up to here, there's 544 units of work clothes there. In fact, so what we're going to do is the sewing machines thing is going to happen. We're also actually going to go back to Ditchwater, and we will load up in Ditchwater. We're going to load, again, some sewing machines, but this time we're going to load... I think we can probably get away with loading 10 as well. We're going to unload 20. In fact, I reckon Ditchwater can probably give up 15 or 20. So then we'll unload 30 there. And then over at Ditchwater, where again we're going to load up work clothes. We're going to load up 30 units of work clothes. And we're going to unload them again at Goldford. And just for the hell of it, let's just move the Ditchwater stuff right to the top. And the Mousemere stuff down to the bottom. No, Mousemere stuff second. So we go from Ditchwater to Mousemere and then over to Goldford. Right, that works. And we're going to allow, again, we're allowing people to settle now because we have these islands that we've always needed. They're in place, so we can start doing all of that sort of stuff. And Goldford will gradually get all of the goods that it needs, which means we're then going to have this clipper down here, the Twist of Coral, then deliver those goods to the New World. So our next trade route is going to concern bringing these sewing machines and the work clothes all the way over to the New World. we're going to create a brand new trade route here. They're going to go from Goldfurt, and they are then going to go to the New World, and they're going to drop that off in Manola. What they're going to take this time is workers' clothes. They're going to drop them off. They are then going to take the sewing machines that they will have brought in, and they're going to unload them. We can then add the twist of coral to it. We'll accept it, and then we're going to give this an instruction. So we are going to say on here, when I find it, we are going to wait for goods. So it'll wait until it's loaded all of those goods, and then it will unload them all. So again, complete all of its unload orders. Actually, no, we're going to leave that off just in case, because I reckon Manola will start to fill up very quickly on those things. So we can't really wait to unload them. We just need to let that happen. Great. So that's done. That ship is now trading. It's going to wait. You can see that it's filled up the work clothes already, and it's waiting for sewing machines, but for some reason it has gone already, even though it shouldn't have. Let's just have a look at the route, see if something went wrong there. Wait for goods. Wait until it's loaded all of its goods. Loading and loading. Okay, interesting. Let's just take a look again. Yeah, that's right. So it should be waiting for that. But it appears to be off now anyway. Well, it's going to drop off 2 sewing machines, and hopefully Goldfurt, if we just bring this up, we want work clothes in there, and we also want sewing machines in there. Like that. So now we should start seeing our little clipper here, Buckthorn, which is on the sewing machine route. And then down here, where we've got work clothes being produced there, but we're not too bothered about that. Sewing machines are being produced. Nobody here needs sewing machines. So we can actually send them off to the New World quite comfortably. Right, we're going to go back to the New World, speaking of which, and we are going to just have a look at how things are going, because I'm assuming things are starting to kind of trickle over. Now, over here, the Obreros need rum to be happy. They also don't have any bombins. Now, our bombins were being produced on a different island. An island that has a little bit more fertility when it comes to being able to produce cotton. Now, what's going on here? They are missing some pastures over in this one. And they're also missing some pastures. How have I managed to do that? Right, okay, so we're going to demolish this road here. This. Then we are going to demolish a pasture as well. Then we're going to put in 2 more pastures that go up to here. It's now full up, and this one is going to go in there. There we go. Right, that was easy. That's fixed it. And then we're going to just tidy up the roads here. I know we've got a little gap there, but that's fine. And then there's too many transporters here, so we need some bricks in Luyuza. But of course, they aren't the ones making the bombins. I don't know where they're being made, actually. If I have a look at my trade routes, that will tell me. Ah, it's over here in Ferna de Laranja. So if we have a look over there now, we can see how many bombins have they got. 74. Right, we need to build some depots here as well, because we don't have a great deal of storage space. So we're going to need to boost that if we can keep churning out those bombins, so that we can distribute them all over the New World. So that's 4, 5, and 6. 6 is a decent number, I think, for the storage sort of stuff. So the depots, we'll then upgrade our small trading post, and then we can proceed. Right, so that's good. We have bombins being produced here, although Ferna de Laranja doesn't actually need the bombins, so the 75 that we've got are going to be really good. We can afford to fit 450 in here. We've got stuff kind of on the route now being dropped off, which will help us if we go over to Manola. Manola will probably have run into a shortage of them, and they don't even have them unlocked yet. So that is good, because it means we can go to our diplomacy here, not diplomacy. We can go to our trade route. We can have bombins picked up here. New World, they're dropping off at La Isla. So we can actually, instead of loading up 10, we're going to load up 20. And we are going to drop off 10 here. We've got tortillas being loaded in Manola and dropped off in Ferna de Laranja. So that works. And they're also picking up over in La Isla as well to unload there. We're going to move that up, so we go to La Isla second. We pick up the bombins there. Yes, we'll do that. Now, we should have had... I think we've just had some workers' clothes dropped off here as well. If we just have a quick look, we should now have workers' clothes dropped off in this space here. Nothing yet. Oh, they're just... Oh, that's the wrong place. That's why. Right, let's have a look. Do we have workers' clothes here now? Or have they not quite arrived yet? We don't have workers' clothes yet. I think they might just be arriving. Here it is. The twist of coral. And you see that did not take us long at all. So we now have a trade route set up that is going to be able to deliver goods from the old world to the new world. And then we can set up a secondary distribution network to bring all of these things in and around our settlements on the islands in the new world. So that's kind of set up. We've got some basic stuff done there. Our flagship has managed to repair itself, which is great. So we can just drop off these goods here. The big bag of money I'm going to drop off as well. Don't actually need that at the moment. We're making plenty of money. And one thing we haven't yet checked, because I've been a bit lax and we've been doing loads of stuff here in Enbesa, in the new world, is this has now arrived. So it was 1.2 million and we trade it for 1.9 million, which is a massive increase. That gives us 5.7 million. So if we can set that up so that it's an automatic trade. We've also got a little schooner here that's not really doing anything. I'm going to bring that around to here. And you can see we've got a few other things there that we could do with taking to a different region. So the deception is going to come back to here. We are going to set up a trade route. If I can I now set up a trade route? Is it because I just needed to trade some stuff to them? I don't think so. I think I actually need this unlocked. So we'll just have one last go. We're going to the new world, the old world. We can get Sir Clarence Hall to load in. We can. We can now load in pocket watches. So we're going to load in, again, 150 pocket watches. We're going to come to Enbesa. We are going to go back to Tabarime, and we are going to unload all of those goods. We're then going to assign one. The deception will do it. And that will now go. It will... carry on with that trade route. So we do have a ship of the line here. We've got another ship of the line there. We've also got a clipper here. Now this clipper is actually going to go to the new world. This clipper has a peace mode activated. Right? That means it won't get attacked. But it also can't attack. That makes it perfect for being a trade ship. So we are now going to send that to the new world. We're going to send it to La Isla for now. They're going to drop off whatever goods they've got or sell whatever goods they've got, and then it is going to finish things off. So you can see we're starting to flesh out these trade routes. We're starting to get items brought in that we need. Over here, you can see they still don't have bomb bins, but we should now be able to upgrade some residences, which is perfect. Get these upgraded. Then you can see we've now reached the colony level, and we have basic need of bomb bins. Do we have a coffee plantation here? I don't believe we do, but we do have coffee fertility. Oh, we do. We've already got coffee here, which is good. And then we just need to get some bomb bins. Now, we do have cotton fertility here, so we can start making the bomb bins that we need. We do need to put in a hospital, though, so I'm going to place that down. Oh, we've already got a hospital there. We didn't need to place the hospital down. What do they actually need, though? We've got the hospital. Boxing. Right, so a boxing arena can go in right there. And I'll just put a little road in because I haven't actually done that. There we go. Right, so now we have a boxing arena, which is providing a service to our residents. They also want beer and rum, which is a happiness need. So we don't actually need to fulfill those, but it's always good to do it. We can set up our bomb bins production, so that's probably the next step. We need an alpaca farm for that. We also need a cotton mill. And it's always it's like a 1-for-1 production, so that's not something that is going to cause too much taxation on us. So we're going to quickly put this down now, get the alpaca farm in, which has 4 modules to it. We'll just kind of go around the top here like that. That's done. Then we also need the felt producer. The felt producer can just go here, and then I'm going to actually run a dirt road up a little bit to the edge right there. Then we're going to put in the cotton plantation here, and we'll put a cotton mill right there. Then with our cotton plantation underway, we can start placing where we're going to have the cotton fields themselves. They're going to go to the back here. We'll take it to there. And then we'll just add in a little bit extra. Oh, that's it full. Great. Then we can put in our bombing weaver right there. We are going to allow Willie to settle these islands, and then we now have a warehouse that we can upgrade, and we can start producing those bombings. All important. Excellent. Right, we've also unlocked some new buildings. I don't know quite where we've unlocked those. Doesn't really say. Well, I assume it's in the New World. Anyway, we have now made it to a decent population here. We're starting to produce the bombings that we need, and that's actually going to allow us to ease up on that trade route a little bit as well. But we do need sewing machines to be able to upgrade this residence. And if I have a look over here in Manola, you can see we still only have the 2. And we need some more Obreros to actually be able to unlock that itself anyway. So I guess it's about expanding. And we're just going to copy again. We're going to clone this street. We're going to put it out to here. In fact, no, I'm going to have a little series of streets that go to the top here. We're going to see if this matches up nicely. I don't think it does. So we'll just copy each one individually. And we'll go to the top here. Like that. And another one in right there. And then that's actually three rows. So I can move this along to here. Like that. Then we put a road that goes down here. And again, it just kind of keeps it on this really nice little looking area here. So that's good. Perfect. Right, let's put a road just to link this up in the middle here. We've got some space there so we could fit more stuff in if we needed to. But everybody's relatively happy. And Manola is expanding almost to the point where we can get some sewing machines brought in, which they will eventually start making use of. Now, these buildings aren't quite ready for upgrade. It shouldn't take them long, though. And we are zipping through. So we've got another little residence quest here, which we'll do. They want 14 tons of fried plantain, which shouldn't take us long to do. Where are we looking here? Let's have a quick look. Fried plantain, we've got 5 there. 8. This won't take long to go up, surely. 11. Nearly there. Oh, it's dropped a little bit. Could be that we have to just bring some in and drop them off. Or maybe La Isla needs another fried plantain kitchen. 13. Yeah, okay, so we're starting to jump up a little bit more now. Right, so that's been a slightly longer episode of Anno 1800. Wasn't exactly what I was expecting to happen, but we are confidently moving forward with things now, which is really nice to see. I wonder if some of these houses are a little bit out of reach. Yes, they are. They're just out of range of the marketplace. So if we just run a big stone cobbled street all the way down the bottom, that should bring them into range. Are we looking now? Yeah, there we go. That gets them in range. Perfect. The Clipper Pharaoh has entered the region. That has now made it. We are going to drop off these goods. It's nice. And then now the Pharaoh can actually start trading things. And that is something that I'm going to set up later on, because they can move stuff around other things. Right, okay, so I don't know what that was that we were having to upgrade or send in, but we've done it. And then we'll just upgrade these houses here, which is great. And looking at it now, you can see sewing machines are now required. We've got things going. We're going to go to our little postcard view here and say goodbye. Right, so we've kind of established a little bit more of a firm footing here in the New World. Although we do have some issues with the pirates, they are slowly starting to develop in a more positive way. We've started to increase our reputation with John LaFortune, and yeah, we should take on a few more quests. And next episode we will continue pushing on by getting our bauxite mine and looking at getting our airships up and running, because our competitors, although behind, are flying and we aren't. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.